Hello there, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. This is my Dirty Laundry Diary, and my name is AB. I hope this past week was good, and if it wasn't, I'm really proud of you for getting through it. My week was both incredible, yet awful. One of my very, very dear friends who I consider like family, like an older brother, his birthday was this week. And it was very nice to celebrate with him. But I also can't believe the week went by. I wasn't even present, if that makes sense, for most of it. And yesterday was the anniversary of my cat Rutabaga's death. So I'm really sad. And the reason this episode is coming out so late is because I don't have the energy to think, much less speak. I did see a poem earlier today that made me decide what this episode is going to be. The poem is I Won't Be Able to Write from the Grave by Fanny Howe. I won't be able to write from the grave, so let me tell you what I love. Oil, vinegar, salt, lettuce, brown bread, butter, cheese and wine, a windy day, a fireplace, the children nearby. Oh my. I don't know if anyone heard that, but a neighbor in my hallway just sneezed 3 times in a row, and another neighbor said, "Bless you," through the walls. And the person that sneezed said thank you. And you know what? That's the beauty of life. And I'm going to keep that in because it just made me happy. And it needs to be kept in. Anyways, I'm going to restart the poem. Again, it's I Won't Be Able to Write from the Grave by Fanny Howe. I won't be able to write from the grave, so let me tell you what I love. Oil, vinegar, salt, lettuce, brown bread, butter, cheese, and wine. A windy day, a fireplace, the children nearby, poems and songs, a friend sleeping in my bed, and the short northern nights. A lot of the time when I'm struggling, like how I was this past week, I go into my head, which I've talked about before, but I specifically like to imagine being really successful, usually in theater and acting. Not usually, always. And winning some kind of award where I give a speech. Any kind of award. Like, it's not a specific one like an Oscar. It'll be any. I'll take any. I'll even take, what's the ones for when it's really bad? A Razzie? I don't know. I'll even take one of those. That's fine. Therefore, this week's episode is titled, A Speech I Plan to One Day Give. Because although I am really sad right now, and I'm really struggling, I will keep going. And I know that, because I am alive, and I cannot do anything that I want to do from the grave. This is the speech that I will give when I win a really cool award. I'm adjusting my mic so you can hear me better. I'm like, okay, there's applause. People are cheering. Confessing their undying love for me. People are carrying me up the stairs, just to paint the image. And of course, there's tears in my eyes because I'm a sap. Thank you very much for this honor. It is incredible to have. And I know for these things, usually you thank people. And that's really important. I'm going to take the time that I have to give a little speech and tell a little story because I don't know if I'll ever get the opportunity to be heard the way I will be right now. Hi, my name is AB. And in 2021, I tried to die because I was so sad all the time. And I was so exhausted from the weight that I carried. And when I was released from the hospital, I stayed at friends' houses because I didn't have a home that was safe enough to go to. I didn't have a home at all. And I realized I never had. And I thought that's all life would be. And then I kept going, and I got an apartment of my own. And I thought that's all life would be. And then I met some really incredible people, specifically my one whose birthday was this week. Obviously, that's not part of the speech. I mean, his birthday does fall during award season, but I would name drop him in this instance. Not gonna do that right now. Who saw how sad I was all the time and told me that I should come audition for a play with him at the local community theater. Because he thought that I would like it and I would be good. And I thought that's all life would be. And then I kept going and I met more incredible people and more incredible people. And I got to witness incredible events and do incredible things, regardless of where I am now and the opportunities I have now. I got to witness nieces and nephews being born, and I got to witness my family do amazing things and my friends do incredible things. And suddenly, I had so much good that I held on to that I knew I could get through the bad because it meant I got to get to more good. And there are people out there right now that feel the way I once did. And I cannot guarantee you won't ever feel that way again. I cannot guarantee you that the happiness will stay forever because it doesn't. In the same way that the sadness won't stay forever and the exhaustion does not stay forever. But the only way that you will have good is to keep going. You will keep going. It is simple. Because that's all we have to do is keep going. You don't have to pass a test. You don't have to solve world hunger. You don't have to be the greatest of them all. You just have to keep going. You just have to stay alive. That's all. Everything else will come to you. Hold on to the good and keep going. All the other stuff is just confetti. Depending on how you look at it, something whimsical and magical and joyous. Or a bitch to clean up. But you have to keep living to get to that. To see the confetti cannon go off and to watch it all fall around you and enjoy the magic. It's really annoying that you don't get to always feel like you're happy to be alive. Whether that's how your brain was wired or because you have to spend the rest of your adulthood healing from a childhood. But you do not have to do anything other than keep going. And that can be really daunting. But you have to. I can't tell you what magical moment will happen that will make it all seem worth it to you. For me, it's something as simple as being able to buy bananas at the store with my own money. Or being able to walk past the creek in the morning and see ducks. Or to come home at night and sit on the couch with my cat while I read my book before bed. Or get to celebrate with friends. Or watch people I know do incredible things. You will know when the feeling comes. And suddenly, you are not that exhausted, tired ghost anymore. You are a fully alive, breathing human with a glorious soul. And I really hope that you keep going, and I ask that you please stay. And then I say, like, oh my gosh, because, like, you know what? You could be like me and win an award. Sometimes I think that I'm a really big piece of shit. And then I think about how if I was given the opportunity to be on a soapbox for just 10 seconds, I would take the time to tell people to keep going, because I'm so glad that I did. And I want everyone to know that they deserve that feeling and that it will come. And then I realized maybe I'm not awful. I might feel awful inside, but I'm not an awful person. And I just gotta keep going. I told myself I had to get through Wednesday to get to Thursday, and I got to Thursday, and I got to celebrate my friend's birthday, and I needed to... And Friday came, and I told myself I just need to get through Friday. I don't need to worry about tomorrow. I spent all of yesterday doing that. You just gotta keep going. And a really cool part about life is that nothing is guaranteed. And something crazy can happen at any point in time, like an earthquake or a hurricane. But incredible things like sunrises and lightning bugs, and right now, also happen, and we don't know if we're going to get that when we wake up in the morning. So if you are like me and don't feel great this week, it's going to be okay. You're going to wake up tomorrow and see something that makes the day a little bit worth it. Maybe not totally, but a little bit. Maybe it's a good cup of morning coffee, or if you're like me, morning tea. Or you walk by the creek and you get to see the ducks. You just gotta get through it to find out what it is. I really hope that you keep going. And I can't wait for the day that I get to give that speech. But I have to keep going to get to that day. So even though it may be difficult, I gotta. I didn't make it this far to just make it this far, and I refuse to accept that my life is just going to be working at a bank in the middle of nowhere, waiting for something to happen. I'm going to make the thing happen. And I am going to find joy in all the incredible moments that I get to be a part of along that way. I hope you find the joy this week. You are incredible. And we've got this. I'll talk to you next week. It's all gonna be okay. And even if it's not, it's just confetti, and we can sweep it up together.